Hey guys, good morning, good evening. Thank you so much for joining in for the .NET Dev Summit 2020. So we know we are all having a trying times at our personal life due to this pandemic and the COVID situation, but I'm super happy that you all are taking time out during this crisis time and then trying to invest your time in learning new things and joining us here. Thank you so much. So let me start with a quick introduction about the organizers behind this event. So first off, it's me. This is Swami. So I work as an architect at Maersk. I am a Microsoft MVP under Developer Technologies. So I'm the organizer of the BDotNet and XHackers meetups in Bangalore. And my GitHub handle is github.com/svswaminathan. And I tweet it at svswaminathan. And I recently started a YouTube channel. So that's youtube.com/d/swaminathan Vetri. And I also write a technical blog at swaminathanvetri.in. We also have a couple of other organizers from different communities. So next person is Durgesh. So he works as a solution architect at Kimberly-Clark. He is also the co-organizer of XHackers meetup. And he is a pretty active open source contributor for Xamarin Forms. And his GitHub handle is TechDugu, and you can follow him on Twitter at iDugu. He used to be a Sidecore Smurf, so his blog is sidecoresmurf.wordpress.com. So you can follow along him there. And the next organizer is Anbu Mani. So Anbu works as an associate technical analyst at ChangePoint Technologies in Chennai. And he's also a Microsoft MVP and the Developer Technologies. And he's pretty active in the community, organizing various events, boot camps, and workshops under Microsoft Technologies. And you can follow along him on Anbu_Money27. And XMonkeys360 is the one which he has founded. That's his community. All right. So, and I'm talking about the communities, like I mentioned, this is more of a community-driven event. So, three primary .NET communities in India. So, BDotNet, XHackers, and XMonkeys have partnered together today to bring you all this particular event. So, if you want to follow along on BDotNet, so those are the handles. You can go to meetup.com/BDotNet UG, and the same thing goes for Twitter. And if you're pretty active on Facebook, you can definitely join our group. And for the XHackers, you can follow along as meetup.com/XHackers. And follow us on Twitter at xhackers.co/xhackersco. And even we do have Facebook groups there. And XMonkeys is the same everywhere. You go to Meetup, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, it's XMonkeys360. All right. And of course, nothing would have been possible without the sponsors. So I would like to thank our sponsors, JetBrains, who is giving away some free licenses, and Microsoft and .NET Foundation. So if in case you're not aware of .NET Foundation, I would like you to definitely be aware about that. So .NET Foundation is an open source foundation. So it's more the mission is more about to making it more independent, innovative, and have that open source thing thriving, right? So and if you want to know more about .NET Foundation, go to .NETfoundation.org. So I want to give a brief about what are the things you can get out of .NET Foundation, right? So it helps in, let's say you are running an open source project, it helps in getting your protection on your legal or IP related stuff. And if you want to understand how you want to set up your contribution license agreements or copyrights, trademarks, etc., you could get the help for those things. And also, if you want to know about the best practices in running an open source project, you can very well get that too from the foundation. And if you're running your meetups, or if you want to promote about your .NET events, etc., you can definitely take help from Foundation. And definitely this particular event is also being hosted by .NET Foundation, and it's been live streamed from Foundation's support. Right. So thank you so much, .NET Foundation. And of course, yeah, if you're running projects and if you want any help in hosting or code signing and DevOps perspective, you can also take those help from there. And if you want to be part of the foundation, there are different ways you can be part of it. So one thing is you can be a member. Anyone who is a .NET free can be part of it. So just go to .NETfoundation.org and then say become a member, and then you'll be able to, your request will be evaluated, and then you'll be getting your membership approved. And you can also join some of the meetups by going to meetup.com/pro/.NET. And if you're already running your meetup, but it's not part of the .NET Foundation, you could very well do that too. And or if you just want to be listening via the newsletters, you can do that too by signing up for the newsletters. And if you are very much interested in contributing to some of the open source projects, but not sure where to go and start, this is a good place. So go to .NETfoundation.org/projects, and then you should be able to, look up the project of your interest, and then you can go and start contributing. And yeah, if you're already running in some awesome project, but it's not, and if you wanted to be part of the .NET Foundation, you can just reach out to them by contact@.NETfoundation.org. All right. And next test. So these are the amazing speakers what we have for today. and definitely they have taken out a good amount of time on their day-to-day work, and then they made for the event. So thank you so much, speakers. So first off is James Montemagno. So James is the principal program manager in .NET team. So he's joining us from Seattle. And we have Nish. He's also a program manager in .NET team. So he's joining from Bangalore. And we have Renuka, Ravi, and Amrish, who are all part of the communities. They're running their own communities in different parts of India, and they've joined us today. And we also have a couple of MVPs, Amal, who has joined us from Cochin, India, and Mohit, who works out of Germany currently. He's also joining us today. And it's me, Swami, and Anbu and Durgesh. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. And yeah, so this is a quick walkthrough about the agenda. So we would be starting with the first session by 10 a.m., which would be on the Xamarin. And then we take a break for 15 minutes around 10:45. You can just take a coffee break or whatever. And then let's get back on 11 a.m. to talk about or to listen about the Blazor. And followed by, we have a session on Signal R. And then we'll be having about a lunch break of 45 minutes. So from 12:30 to 1:15. And all of these times on IST because we're streaming from Bangalore, India. And yeah, post-lunch, we are going to have sessions on microservices and Dapper. And finally, we've got an AMA session, Ask Me Anything. So if you have any questions around any of the topics, what we've discussed, or even beyond that, feel free to post your questions, and then we'll be able to answer them. And please stick to us till the end. We are going to have a raffle and good goodies. I would like to close with a bit of an event etiquette. So every session would be for 45 minutes. And at the end of the 5 minutes is where we are parking for the questions. So all the Q&A will be answered towards the end. And you can keep posting your questions in the YouTube comment section, and we would pick it up, and then that will be answered. Right? And also you can tweet your experience about this event using the hashtag .NET Dev Summit 20. And finally, we would like to get your feedback about the good and the bad and everything. So please share your feedback at BDotNet.in/feedback. All right, without further ado, let's rock and roll. Thank you, guys.